Hey guys, it's History Behind the Warrior, and today we're going to be talking about the top 5 new characters in Mortal Kombat. Now for this list, I'll only be including the new characters in Mortal Kombat X, and I'll be ranking them by my own criteria. Now we need to mark them by the impact they've made on the franchise, so ever since they debuted in the game or within the comic books, and what incredible feats they have done. I'll also be taking into account their character development throughout the comic and game, so we get to learn more about said character, and how much they've grown since their first appearance. Now on this list, I'm not going to be counting who has beaten who here, as for one, this list is just about characters and not how powerful they are, and two, a lot of the internal conflicts are only ever really done to kind of progress the plot, especially since it's the new timeline. I would also like to let you guys know that I'll be excluding any DLC characters, so sorry Triborg fans. As much as I do love the character, we don't really know if he fully exists within the canon. Now I just want to let you guys know that this is definitely my own personal list, so you 1,000,000% do not have to agree with every single choice that's here, and if that is the case, put down in the comments below your own personal top 5. Now on that note, let's get on to the video. At number 5 we have Kung Jin. Now out of everyone on this list, this is someone who I'd arguably switch out with the many other characters, firstly due to the fact that he's a total dick, but I kind of can't ignore my criteria. Despite his snarky attitude, Kung Jin has had a fair bit of character development through the comics and game, although it is very brief in the comics. In the comics, while still being a thief, he does in fact unknowingly play a part in the destruction of the Cyber Lin Kuei, and in Mortal Kombat X is responsible for creating a rather firm relationship between Outworld and the Special Forces. But outside of this, Kung Jin's a rather weak character. His motivation for being a very bitter character at the beginning is quite weak, to be honest. For those of you who don't know, Kung Jin saw Kung Lao, who is his cousin by the way, as a hero, so when Lao was killed, Kung Jin kind of developed this very bitter personality, which is quite understandable, especially if you're holding a grudge towards Raiden, but it doesn't really make sense when he's taking out his frustrations on his teammates, which in all honesty makes this character come across as a real asshole. Now I'm by no means discrediting how good of a fighter he is, but in terms of character and personality, he's probably the worst of the new generation. And although he does seem to change a little bit in terms of personality throughout the game, there's actually no real reason for this. He just out of the blue suddenly develops some form of personality change, which is rather weak on the writer's part, and due to this, Kung Jin remains at number 5 here. Now at number 4 we have Devorah. Love her or hate her, Devorah has certainly made a mark on the new generation, mostly due to the fact that she's absolutely disgusting, and the fact that she was able to kill one of the biggest names in Mortal Kombat, and that really lame Takeda in general. Now jokes aside, Devorah is rather unique, as she's not only the first Kaitin we've seen within the series, but someone that the fans have truly come to love to hate, and it's with good reasoning too. She killed 2 mainstay characters of the series on her debut, which is really ballsy on the writer's part. She has also shown that she's not only cunning, but very deceptive, because despite being by Quartel's side for the entirety of the comics and for most of Mortal Kombat X, he really has been having her allegiance towards Shinnok the entire time, which is yet again another really nice twist with the character. In a very short time, Devorah has gained merits on her belt that no other character has within the franchise, which is an absolutely fantastic way of establishing a villain. However, in many other eyes, it can be seen as rushed, and a quick way to get rid of some stale characters and bring in some new ones, and it's hard not to deny that. But besides that, Devorah has definitely made herself a main player within the series, and I really do hope to see more of her in the next game. Now at number 3 we have Cassie Cage. Daughter of Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade, she's taken the best traits from each of them, being very strict and disciplined at times, but does retain much of her father's cocky, egotistical humor, so naturally it's very easy to get behind this character. Now Cassie does have a fair bit of development in both the comics and the game. When in the comic books we learn Cassie struggle with her parents, as she attempts to live up to both of her parents' expectations, and how deep down there's certainly been some wear and tear from their divorce. And this theme continues in Mortal Kombat, where Johnny and Sonya are still at odds at the beginning of the game, but by the end of it, it's a lot more positive. And it's honestly very nice to kind of see a positive outcome for this character. However, there's one massive flaw with this character, and everyone knows this, and it's basically the insta-win that the green energy can pull off, or more so the insta-win that it pulled off against the corrupted elder god Shinnok, who really had no business in losing that fight, but due to plot armor, he was pretty much annihilated. And unfortunately, due to this, it's going to be something that actually scars the character for a very long time, which is unfortunately what drags Cassie down this list. However, she still is very new, therefore a lot can be done to a character to change it in the future, but hopefully NRS learn from their mistake, that plot armor completely can destroy a story. Now at number 2 we have Quartel Khan, the current ruler of Outworld and one of my personal favourites introduced into this generation. Quartel has such a rich backstory, dating back to the Aztecs and showing how he implemented his culture into their civilization. On top of that, we were able to explore his relationship with his father and his relationship with the Shogun, particularly Goro, and when the two come to blows, it's probably one of the best parts of the Mortal Kombat X comic, and it leads to a pretty damn cool jaw-dropping scene. And what also helps this character is seeing his development and ascension to ruler of Outworld, as it isn't at all rushed, as it continues through the comics into the game, giving it the perfect amount of time it really did need to kind of establish Quartel as the true ruler of Outworld. And I know many people complain about this character and how like Shao Kahn would body him or whatever, but I think the one thing people need to understand is that Quartel Khan never really kind of was made to be another Shao Kahn, and really that's what helps makes this character extremely refreshing instead of another wannabe character. I genuinely hope to see more from Quartel in the future, as I feel now that he's ascended to Emperor of Outworld, we're going to see so much more from him as a powerful but fair ruler of the realm. Now before we get to number 1, I'm going to explain why a few characters didn't in fact make it high up this list. Erron Black I sadly left out due to the fact that despite him looking freaking cool, he's basically given zero to no character development in both the comics and the game, and unfortunately this leaves him more as a punch bag than an actual character. Ferritor was one of my favourite new characters within the series, so you can probably only guess how disappointed I was when the characters weren't really developed, and essentially following the same suit as Erron Black, which is a shame, especially if you take into account that the voice actors are Troy Baker and Tara Strong. So now my number 1 should be a no-brainer. It's Takeda Takahashi, son of Kenshi and student of Scorpion. I personally believe that this character is destined for greatness. He has so many good merits on him and has one of the best character backstories in Mortal Kombat right now. Plus, since we're taking into account everything from the Mortal Kombat X comic, we're pretty much able to watch his character grow from a young boy into a young man, and in every single issue it's honestly a treat to watch, because we're able to see this character overcome struggle and kind of grow into this character that we're very happy to read and watch. Plus, this is further helped by Mortal Kombat X, where we're able to see him grow more as a character and actually develop a really good relationship with both his father and Jackie. I can only hope that in the next Mortal Kombat game that Takeda is finally given the limelight he truly does deserve. This is why I consider Takeda to be the best character of the new generation. And that's my list for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and please let me know down in the comments below if you disagree or agree with my list. And if possible, guys, let's try getting this video to 1000 likes, as it helps myself and the channel out a lot. Also, feel free to post down in the comments below any other top 5s Mortal Kombat related lists, as I'd be more than happy to tackle any of the suggestions below. Now, as always, guys, please comment, like, subscribe and share this video with everyone you know. Please take care, and I will see you all next time.